Hey guys, Merry Christmas to you. It's Monday, it's vlog day, and today's topic is the MCAT. So I took my MCAT last year on June 2nd. It was the summer after my junior year. I was supposed to take it a little earlier, I believe it was May 20th, but close to that time, I realized that I was feeling anxious, I wasn't feeling ready enough, so I scheduled a meeting with my pre-med advisor, and since it was still early in the cycle, we decided that delaying by a few weeks wouldn't really hurt my chances of getting into medical school. If you're in the same boat and you're feeling unsure whether to take it now or later, I suggest you talk to somebody, especially a pre-med advisor if you have one, and go over all your options and decide if extra study time could be beneficial to you. But in terms of how I actually studied for the exam, I started studying during the winter break. So I had the entire spring semester plus the month after school had ended to study. I knew that there were many exam prep courses, including ones by Princeton Review, Kaplan, and Exam Crackers. Those were the most famous ones that I knew about. And to decide which one I wanted to go for, because I didn't want to study solely on my own, I chose to go to a bookstore that had all three textbooks for the different companies. I put them side by side, comparing the text, the colors, the diagrams, pictures, content, and decided that I would go with Kaplan because the books just seemed more entertaining, and I knew that studying with them would be more fun for me and hence more efficient. So here is actually how the books came. They came in this box. There were exactly 7 of them for each subject on the exam. I'll quickly show you all the books. So this is the biochemistry one, behavioral sciences, physics and math, organic chemistry, critical analysis and reasoning skills, general chemistry, and finally biology. It also came with this little booklet that contained all the summary of the most important information from each section. It's very thin, but it's really useful. Here's what it looks like. In addition to buying the textbooks, I also decided to pay for the online course by Kaplan. If I could go back in time, to be honest, I wouldn't have done that because I spent $1,000 on the online review, and I think it really wasn't that beneficial for me. I think studying on your own time on the topics you're having difficulty with is a better use of your time, but ultimately it's up to you. The way I studied for each topic was I would first read the chapter in the Kaplan textbooks, and then whatever information I thought was missing or confusing, I would look online. I would especially take advantage of YouTube videos. There are certain YouTube channels out there that I found to be very, very helpful, and I can put the link to those in the description box below the video for those who want to take a look. But yeah, so I would do that and write down all the extra information on the textbook itself. After rereading a few times and highlighting the important sections, I would make flashcards. I found making flashcards to be the most effective way for me to study. I'll actually show you all the flashcards I made. I went a little excessive with it, I think, but find what works for you, and I would say stick with it. I didn't color code them or anything, but you can based on the subject or the chapter or however you want to do it. I'll show you guys an example of the cards that I would make. Let's see. So some cards I would write like really long information, and then I would have blanks that I would number, and on the back I would write the answers for each of the blanks. Other cards, if I found cool tricks to memorize certain concepts, I would write those. On the back, it doesn't really have anything, but this would basically be a reminder card for me. Let's see if I have anything else that's different. Other cards, they just had one blank. So don't worry about how you're going to write the information. Go creative with it. In the end, you'll find your own system that works for you. As you know, there are 7 different sections of the exam. So I would make a schedule. On certain days of the week, I would study for, let's say, math and physics. On other days, I would study for chemistry and biology. You can do it however you want. But I think every week you should, at least cover a few chapters of each textbook. In terms of practice exams, I at first would take one practice exam every month. I would wake up at the time that I would normally wake up for the actual exam. I would wear what I would wear to the real exam and go through all 8 hours consecutively, with the exception of the break that they give you, or the breaks. I think there's one 15-minute, one 30-minute, and another 15-minute break. So I would really pretend like it's the actual exam. It's not just a practice exam. As it got closer to the actual exam date, I started having the practice exams much more frequently, to the point where the few weeks leading up to the exam day, I would take a practice exam every few days. And that's when I really started seeing improvements on my exam scores. Another important tip I want to give to you guys is the first time I took the practice exam, I scored at the 50th percentile, or actually I think it was even lower than that. It was like 48th percentile, which really isn't that good. So that really threw me off and bummed me out. But in the end, I ended up getting the score I set out for myself, which was at least a 510. So don't really worry about what you get on the first few practice exams. Your score is going to improve the more you practice and the more you study. In terms of what to bring to the exam, I would definitely bring at least 2 water bottles and maybe some energy drinks or whatever you want to drink. And I would bring a lot of snacks. Seriously, it's not the time or day to consider how many calories you're taking. You're just trying to get done with the exam while keeping yourself energized and motivated. So bring some healthy snacks, but also bring a few snacks that would be considered bad. So whether that be your favorite chocolate bar or whatever. I saw a few people who brought only a banana and a water bottle, and I felt really bad for them. I actually offered to share some of my snacks because I had brought so much, and they happily took some of it. So that should tell you something. In terms of clothes, I would wear very comfy clothes, definitely sneakers, maybe some leggings or something like that, and a lot of layers and a sweater. You don't know what the temperature of that exam room is going to be like. It could be freezing, it could be hot, but you want to be ready for all of those options. You can also bring headphones or earplugs or whatever works for you. Your exam room may not have those. Mine did, but I'm not sure if all of them do. What else? Definitely bring at least 2 government IDs with your pictures on them. They check those every time you enter the room. In terms of what to do the day before the exam, I would take it very chill. If you want to do some light studying, go ahead. But in terms of learning any more information that was completely new, I stayed away from that because I knew that a few additional hours of studying wouldn't really do too much for me. If anything, it would just put me in a weird mood and stress me out. So I just focused on being happy, confident, and relaxed. And I spent a lot of time with my friends trying to keep a positive attitude and mindset before my exam. I actually did something that might seem a little weird. I got a 1-hour massage the night before my exam so that I could sleep better. But yeah, those are my tips. Thank you for watching. Good luck on your exam. I'm sure you'll do great. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment below. Also, be on the lookout for new videos every Monday. Thank you for watching.